Time for another episode of Council Bluffs Today, presented by Waldstein Plumbing. I am Todd Studer, and joining me in studio today, somebody brand new. We have not had her on the show before. This is Diane Vitols, and Diane has a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in helping businesses to be able to set themselves up for success. And she also has a lot of experience in helping husbands set themselves up for success, because this is my wife. Thank you for being brave.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm happy to share.
Well, you are, you have a lot of knowledge that I am now tapping into with the business that before you and I decided that, this is what we want to do for the rest of our lives.
Sure.
I didn't have access to that information, and now I do. And that's just an extra added benefit of what all of this. And I thought, this would make a good show. I wonder if she'd be willing to sit down and talk with me. And when you said yes, I was thrilled. So thank you.
Cool. Yeah, you bet.
Well, let's begin first with someone who has a small business in the area. Mm-hmm. And some of the different things that they should be looking at that maybe in your experience, you see that maybe a company is ignoring that or maybe not even aware of it.
Okay, very good. So anything that I'm going to share today, it's not a secret, right? Any of these things they're kind of out there in the universe, but it's just, how do we put them together, right, to make sense of it? So I think when it comes to small business, I mean, a lot of times people are just operating maybe one person, two people, and there's a lot to tackle out there, right? You've got payroll that you have to process. You have merchandise or services that you're offering. There's a lot of things that you're juggling, marketing, all the different things, right? So I think understanding someone's why that they're in business is a very important piece of the puzzle, right? I think knowing why they're doing what they're doing, what gets them up, what drives them, will help them be successful. And that comes down to keeping their clients happy, keeping the people that work for them happy, it's just a huge tackling thing.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that you have been helping me with and reminding me of, because I think that it's not just me that needs to be doing these things. You frequently are talking to me about branding and about my own personal brand with Les Hills Media and Podcast. I had a social media page sitting out there for a long time that had an old business name. And for whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't get it done, but I hadn't. And it was just kind of like, no, there needs to be consistency.
Yeah, your brand is everything, right? If people are, if they want to tag you in something or promote you in something and you have something out there that's old, like yours, I'm going to say it's Todd Studer Productions. And I'm like, you're not Todd Studer Productions anymore. You're Les Hills Media and Podcasts. So it's really important that if people are going to promote you, they're promoting the right business. That's huge. And that goes into having an accurate Google business listing so people can find you and they know that you're a legitimate business. There's great, having Google reviews is huge. It's a great way for people to find you when they're looking and they're typing in the search bar, podcasts near me or coffee store near me or whatever, you want your listing to pop up.
And taking care of all of those things, such as starting with just the Google business listing. And a lot of people are aware of this now, but I don't know that everybody is. And there are still a few folks that are slow, that not getting it out. With this particular generation of what it is that I'm doing, it has been a little bit slower getting there. And you talked about Google reviews. Yeah. That algorithm is paying attention to all of that when it decides where are you going to rank on a search based off of different keywords. All of that matters.
Yeah, the content that you're putting on your website, being relevant. If someone were to type in, I don't know, you had an article on your website or information on your website and someone types into the search bar where however it works, it's looking to find you. And so if you already have something on your website that's talking about that, that's going to bring you up in search. And so that's how people are going to find you too. So content and then Google reviews are two important things.
Do you advise people when you talk with different small business owners to ask for those reviews?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great way. If you have someone that's happy with the services that you've provided in that honeymoon phase, it's always a great time to ask for a Google review. If someone's wrapping up services with you and they have some kind words to say, developing a QR code where they can just go to Google and do a quick review.
Well, see, now I'm learning right now.
If you're looking for a laid-back spot with great food and even better company, it's the Mile Away on Old Lincoln Highway north of Council Bluffs. This family-run bar and grill is your go-to for mouth-watering wings, unbeatable weekly specials, and a welcoming atmosphere that feels like home. So, if you're catching a game, enjoying one of those specials, or just unwinding after a long day, the Mile Away has you covered. Open every day, Tuesday through Sunday at 8 for breakfast, and don't forget them at lunch and dinner time as well. It's the Mile Away, Old Lincoln Highway, north of Council Bluffs. Are you looking for something to do close to home? Go Local Iowa brings Southwest Iowa events together in one place, from live music and fundraisers to festivals, family activities, and community celebrations. It's also a place to discover local businesses and support the people who keep our communities moving. Before you make your weekend plans, check golocaliowa.org. Go Local Iowa. Find what's happening right here at home. S&B Country Kennel is the top spot in Southwest Iowa when you need to know your dog will receive only the best. Boarding, daycare, grooming, self-washing, training, and even a membership available to a dog park over an acre in size. S&B Country Kennel also has rescue dogs, so check with them about adoption possibilities. sbcountrykennel.com, that's country spelled with a K, located just west of I-29 on Bungie Avenue, south of Council Bluffs.
Now, I do have QR codes that take people to my pages, such as social media or my YouTube channel, go directly to my website, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But a QR code that'll go straight to a Google review page, that's not something that I've thought of. Now I'm thinking I need to have some type of portable Rolodex, nothing but QR codes that I can pull out and people can scan, because they are very handy. Of getting people to the right place.
Yeah. So many times people will hand you a business card and it's just a QR code on it, because people don't collect business cards like they used to.
No, right? I have a stack of them that I never look at.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. Once in a while, I'll think, okay, I need to reach out to some people and do some marketing. I wonder who's in there because I don't remember.
Right.
I have no clue who might be in there. They're all sitting in a box on a shelf.
That's where the CRM comes in.
Oh, look at you with the segue. Okay, so CRM, which, do you remember what that stands for? I'm trying to remember.
Oh my gosh, you're going to put me on the spot.
Customer Relations Management.
Manager, there you go. Yeah, CRM.
We're going to call it that. Okay, so.
Customer Relationship Manager.
All right, so with that CRM, what's the advantage to a small business having one?
Oh, everything's in one place and other people can reference it, right? So you're not keeping the emails in your head or on your personal phone. You have them in a location where people can access them and take things off your plate. So if you want to send out a marketing email, your customer emails are in there and you can just have someone use a template or type something in and send off some marketing thing. You can remind people of things. You can send newsletters out. You can track people in your sales process of how people are coming in. I know we've talked about the bases, right? Having someone on first base, second base, third base, fourth base. So you're growing your business and growing your pipeline. A CRM can help you with that. A CRM can do so many things and it brings everything all together.
Yeah. The more I can get out of here, the better this works.
Yeah.
Because as an example today, it's really full in here. I got a lot of fogginess happening because, as you said, I don't have a CRM connected yet.
Yeah.
And this is a way to be able to do things. Here I thought, okay, I got QuickBooks, it's all in there. But no, there's
a place to start.
It's a start, but it's not fully what it is that we need to be doing here
Right.
in order to set ourselves up for success.
Well, and that's the thing about growth too, right? You have to kind of use what resources you have, use what funds you have, and then you have to decide where can I spend my money to make the most sense, right? To make the most growth. And I think right now, CRMs, using AI is important in your business. The Google business reviews. Oh, there's so many things.
You have a really strong retail background.
Yes.
You did retail for a lot of years, management roles, helping people, customer service, all of this stuff. I'm thinking from a networking standpoint.
Yeah.
That going to networking groups or being parts of chambers or any place that other business people are getting together.
Right.
Does that field equate into needing to do that networking? With in the retail world?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can remember my district manager would come in town and she's like, okay, take me around. Who did you meet this week? And so that was a requirement, right? She would come to town and I would have to introduce her to, three new people every time she was in. And so that got me always thinking about, as a manager, I was always recruiting, or I was always, seeing what the competition's doing, experiencing what their customer service was like. So networking is a great way, not only to see what your competition is doing, but to also have those partners that you can refer to in business, right? If you need an accountant, a lawyer, in-home care, a company. I know we went to a networking event the other day where we had all those folks in the room, right? And so you just never know when you're going to need a friend.
And plus, especially, it's vastly important, I think, in the service industry that when it could be the trades, could be all the way down to, hey, we have a business that does resume writing. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore now that AI is so strong. Or in what I do, because, I really have two different businesses running concurrently at the same, with the media end of it, with what we're doing here, and then with the podcast production. It's two things happening at once. So it's even more important, I think, to get out there and be talking to people.
Absolutely. Not only to promote your business and tell people what you're doing, but also to see what else is going on in the community, because I'm sure that's inspired you in what you're doing to have conversations, people on the show, those kinds of things.
Oh, sure. I've had small business owners sitting in that chair before that, not sponsors, just had an interesting story to tell. And I thought, yeah, we should get this person in to talk about that. And oftentimes those relationships have an opportunity to grow. And it's not as if every single introduction turns into revenue of some sort. It's not that way with me. I'm sure it's not that way with most people. But you also never know. You never know where something's going to come from. And if you're not out there doing that, then it's not ever going to happen.
Absolutely. You gotta get out there. You gotta be consistent with it too. I think that's another rule, right? If you're going to try something, don't just give it one shot and be like, oh, that didn't work. It's just like, let's try this for 3 months and see what happens, right? Let's try promoting Google reviews for 3 months and see how that goes, right? Just really focusing on something so you can really get good at something is a big part of being consistent with something.
And developing things, ultimately getting them into a habit. Because I was thinking of something else with the CRM as you and I have been talking about it and getting it installed here. Obviously, we're working on growth and trying to not just add more clients, but then add staff. We got to have people to be able to do the work.
Yeah.
If everything's up here, that next step,
and you going.
It becomes almost impossible, I think.
Right. Well, that's a hard thing that I'm sure a lot of small business owners deal with, is letting go. Letting go of maybe not the keys to the castle, but letting go of the need for everything to be done your way, right? It's okay to hire great people who you give guardrails to and allow them to work in this, in this confined road, right, that you're going down.
Council Bluffs is built on local relationships, and so is Avila Bank. Whether you're managing everyday finances, growing a business, or planning what comes next, Avela's local team is ready to help you work toward financial success. Visit Avela Bank, downtown at 117 Pearl Street or at 237 Bennett Avenue. Learn more at avela.bank. Local people serving local needs for more than 150 years. Avela Bank, member FDIC. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or even if you're planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered. With fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. Residential or commercial, big or small, when plumbing problems strike, they're the ones to call. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com.
I learned over the course of my career in the different businesses that I've owned in my life that it's not only unrealistic to expect someone else to take as much pride in this business as I do.
Right.
It is foolhardy of me to think it that way, because it's like you going up to a stranger and introducing your son and saying, I need you to love my son like I do.
Yeah.
Because that's what a business is. And especially for those of us that are out there starting a small business and grinding away and growing this, we take a lot of pride in it. And for me personally, the biggest thing that I am learning to let go of is the need to be perfect with it or have the failure be on me. Because sometimes an employee is not going to get it right. And to be okay with that. And it's not as if things don't need to be worked on or corrected from there, but it's not the end of the world. Because the way that my brain works is if there's a chance that something can fail, then I need to be the one to do it, because then I know that it had its best chance. And if it fails after my best effort, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But if someone else does it, to trust that process and to say, okay, well, this one came up short. How can we learn from this and go past that? That's a big leap for me.
Well, it is, but it's about finding the right person that's going to be able to accept. I think important people in your business have to come with the passion, right? They have to have like some of those important things, right, that make them a fit. And then some things they have to come with, and then some things you can teach, right? Because I don't know how to use your software. I could probably learn. That's probably a teachable thing, right? So if someone has the passion for this business, if someone has the passion to sell coffee, if someone has the passion to communicate with people, those learned things like software things or process things, those can all be taught. So they don't have to come to the table with those things.
Yesterday on my Potawatomi County Roots show, I did a show on advice that I have received in my life. And by the way, I
haven't caught that one yet.
By the way, you're on it. But one of the things, and this ties into it as a reason that I'm saying that, is I interviewed a football coach, a college football coach, a lot of years ago. I was in my 20s. Inside joke. But I asked him the question that what kind of players are you going to be looking for as you're out there recruiting? You're looking for defensive backs? Do you need a new quarterback? I mean, what is going to be your focus on who it is that you're out there recruiting? And he looked at me kind of funny, and he said, I don't recruit players, I recruit men.
Interesting.
And that was not phrased as advice.
Right.
But that's exactly how I took it.
Right.
Because he was looking for the qualities of a good football player, not the skills of a good football player. That mattered more to him. The qualities mattered more than the skills. Because as you just said, skills are teachable. Yeah. If a person also is teachable.
Absolutely. And reliable. And there's some other things that you want to make sure that people have, but definitely.
You've interviewed a lot of people in your life. How about employment in one area or another? Is there any secret to knowing or learning specific questions that maybe I don't know? Yeah. We haven't talked about this, so I have no idea whether or not this is something that again, coachable to somebody on how to do interviews.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, going back to my retail days, it's behavioral based interview questions, and that's information out there all over the place about it. But behavioral interview questions take what someone has done in the past and they apply it to how they're going to be, right? So you want to ask them a question about, tell me about the last time you were late to work. Everybody's been late to work, right? Mm-hmm. So you ask them that question to see how they handled it, right? Well, I was late and so I just didn't go. Well, that's a red flag, right? But if you're like, yeah, I was running late, my car broke down, I called my boss, I told him I was going to be, this is what was going on and I could be there, or, whatever the situation might happen to be, that the employer needs to decide if that is an okay answer, right? With the behavioral interview question. But I think, just asking about what's happened in the past, how people have dealt with it, you're going to know how they're going to act when it happens in your business.
I once, I was asked a question that I wasn't ready for in an interview, and this goes back to my 30s. it was for a radio job.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I was interviewing for a different position than what I thought I was interviewing for when I went in there, because I thought I was interviewing for a morning show host, and it turns out she was hiring a program director.
Oh,
and I had
two different things, probably.
Oh, Lord, yes. Now, both things were going on. I mean, it was also morning show was part of the job, but she was more concerned about the program director job. So I had to shift in the middle of this to. Okay, I wasn't prepared for this. Yeah. But she asked me a question that I know my answer was what got me that job. Oh. And the question was, if I were to hire you, what would be the first thing you would do?
Oh, yeah, that's always a good one.
And my response to it was, I listened to you on the way in. You sound really good. This is a really strong radio station. Uh-huh. Job one has to be not screwing that up.
Yeah.
So following along with what doctors use with the Hippocratic Oath, first, do no harm.
Right.
I have no business implementing changes before I have a complete understanding of everything that is going on here. And that has to be the first thing. I have to learn how things work here, why it is that you sound so good, and make sure that I don't mess that up.
You were very smart.
And I'm pretty sure that got me the job. So, but again, that's the type of thing that it wasn't about, okay, well, we're going to have to revamp the news department, or we got to do this, or we got to do that.
Oh, yeah, that probably would have been.
It wasn't what she wanted to hear.
Right.
And it wasn't, I don't think anybody wanted to hear that you're not looking to hire somebody to come in and change everything you're already doing.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, not usually. Yeah.
So, again, grateful that you took some time to give just a few tips. I hope that maybe we can turn this into a series and we can dive in more deeply into some of the, we kind of did a high view here.
We didn't talk about everything for sure.
No, there's a lot of things going on out there that you haven't even gotten me doing yet. So.
All right, then.
We're working on it, though.
TBD. Yep.
All right. Diane Vitols. Yeah. Also, Mrs. Todd Studer. Is that all right?
Yes.
I'm okay, aren't I? Is that okay to say?
We're all good.
This is Council Bluffs Today, presented by Waldstein Plumbing. Thanks for watching. If you have any interest in learning more about this, please leave a comment below. I'll bet you we could get you in touch with Diane, and maybe there might be a specific coaching session in there. I'm working on a new business idea right now. So how about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Click like, share, follow, even subscribe. Help push this information out even further. I'd be very grateful if you would do that, and it's completely free. So that's going to wrap things up for today. My name is Todd Studer, and we'll see you next time.